And we're back once again with two of the most used effects in Disco House. And that would be the filter and the phaser. Now, the filter is basically another EQ. So, generally it's high pass and low pass with some resonance. They use the MS-20 filter and clones of that era. But we're going to be using Ableton's auto filter. And you can do cool stuff like this. And the low pass. And general shenanigans that way. What I want to do is kind of work on this guy. Oops, I want to turn that up. Right, so we're going to take that. I'm going to, reapply our side chaining. I will give it a new color. Always color things. It's really fun to do. Copy our envelope. Right, so here we go. Right, so what you can do is you have multiple filters going on. We will drop one on the master, which affects everything. You can use combinations. You can automate this. You can get a real kind of nice ringiness before, your track drops. With the Q, which adds a bit of resolution to it. The filter's basically an EQ. Right, and this is where Filter House gets its name from. Filter. And that's basically all you need to automate. Another thing that's common is phasers. I believe they used guitar effects back then, and the Ableton phaser is quite easy to use. The wet dry just set to 0 for now. Right, it's right down here. If you can see, you can see that. The amount set it to 100. The phase to 0 degrees. And the rate, click this little musical note, and I usually set it to 8. And that's you just basically set it to 8. And then you can adjust the wet dry. Sounds really good with the filter in conjunction. More poles, more spaced out effect. You can even adjust the feedback so it's louder. Right, so you have that. Sounds very neat. That's a combination of the filter and the phaser. Obviously, you may want more than one filter, and you can automate the on-off. It's easy to automate the on-off, and you're going to want a high pass and a low pass on the master. Just saying. And I'll show you how you can make your life a little bit easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to group these, shift, select them all, then group. Then we're going to click this little knobby macro thing, and we're going to map these to macros. So this is the device on, because, here I'll explain, and this will be 2. Frequency 3, This is always on. So this you want on. You want the on-off to be adjustable, because if you have it all the way down here, you get a gigantic boost in the low end, or it rolls it off in a weird way, and you want that. So generally, you're gonna want to have it on or off and just come in abruptly. Same for this somewhat. Oops. The low pass. The low pass you can open and it doesn't really affect it. It affects the high end very slightly. So this you don't need to worry about. Just have this like so, and you guess you'll map this to 5, right? So you get your phaser, your high pass on off, your cutoff of your high pass, and then the cutoff of your low pass, and everything here. Right, and there you have your basic disco house rack. And if you listen to a lot of disco house songs, like these filters come in and out, and their phaser comes, and all that fun stuff. It sounds really neat, especially on the master. They run everything through the MS-20 filter, or clones of that. Same for this. You can make the same thing for this. Very easily. You can actually just copy this, get rid of that, and paste this guy in, and you have the exact same rack here. If you just want to kind of affect that just by itself. Want to add a bit of tension. Right, and yeah, that is your effect, and that's what kind of drives the track, just using those very retro tools to kind of create tension, create builds, and all that fun stuff. A few tips for that. You can use a combination of a high resonance on the high pass here, so we'll map that to macro 4. Right, so we have a very high resonance. Right, we'll have that, and then we'll add a ping pong delay, which you'd find on a guitar pedal, and maybe a bit of reverb. And kind of have it sweeping up. You can even modulate the filter opening and closing. Get that Josh Wink style. I'll stop playing around. Hopefully you got the idea. You set up your arrangement, and then you just go through it. Listen to a lot of tracks. You'll hear this, and it's quite fun. And yeah, hope you learn some stuff.